here in Colombo tomorrow night. Practice this afternoon. As always, guys, if you have a question for Aaron, please raise your hand and we'll get underway as soon as possible. We'll start off with Mel.
Aaron, it's obviously been a pretty tough work over there on those pitches, particularly the last few. I just wondered what, looking back on the series loss, what you put it down to.
I think there's been a combination of a few things, but the one thing we haven't been able to do is get that really big partnership to go deeper into the game. Any time it feels like we've started to get some momentum in the game, we lose a wicket. And as you know, in these conditions, once you lose one, they go back to back pretty quick. So I think just maximising that main partnership in the game where you can get sort of to the 40th over, maybe 3 down, has hindered us a bit.
And I just wondered, given the conditions and given the sort of the relative success of the Sri Lankan spinners, if you were sort of throwing forward to the Test series, how do you see sort of that panning out in the conditions?
I think it'll be really similar, mate, to just based on purely on how the wickets have played. Even when they look really good here, they've spun quite a bit. So I assume that the Test wicket down in Gaul is going to be the same. There's not a huge amount of grass on the squares here, but they will definitely spin 100%. And maybe it's been a good preparation for our Test guys.
Yep. And I wonder if you can give us a rundown on the injuries in terms of where blokes sit at the moment.
There's a lot of them. We know that Travis Head, he'll miss the next game with a hamstring injury. Starkey's still not right with his finger. He won't be available tomorrow. Where it is, the stitching and things like that, it's just not quite 100% healed. So without being able to bowl with tape on, he'll be out for tomorrow as well. So just one more to add to the list at the moment.
So how about his Head's hamstring? Is it something that will keep him out of the Test, or is it more of a precaution? Or?
I think it's a bit more of a precaution, especially where he fields. He fields in the outfield, so he does quite a lot of Ks out there, and the ground's quite heavy. So I'm not sure what he's looking like for the Test matches, but he definitely is not available for tomorrow.
Thanks.
Andrew McGlashan.
Thanks, Cole. Hey, Aaron. Just to go back to sort of the conditions and things, can you just talk us through your thinking a little bit in the fact you haven't played Mitch Sweps in the last couple of games, and also just more the general balance of side you've gone with, very all-rounder heavy with Cam there at number 8?
Yeah, we've gone with we think that runs are probably more of a premium in these conditions, so that's why we've gone with the extra all-rounder, and unfortunately Mitch Swepson's missed out the last couple of games, but that's purely just a balance of the side, just trying to get more runs out of the game. We feel as though when we've got Maxi at 7, Cam Green at 8, that we can stretch those partnerships, and maybe we need to put more of an emphasis on the top order to make sure that once we get in, we're taking those partnerships really deep. But all in all, we still feel as though that's the right balance of the side. We just haven't quite got enough runs.
And just to follow up on what Mal was asking previously, will Steve be available tomorrow, or is he going to just be nursed through to the Test series now?
I don't think he'll be available tomorrow, but that could change. I mean, he'll be down at training this afternoon. We'll go down there and have a look at the conditions and everything. But from what I understand, he won't be available for tomorrow.
Cool. And if I can just go one more, just a slightly different topic. There's been a couple of suggestions on social media today that the crowd tomorrow being...
Sorry, mate, just lost your halfway.
Sorry, my computer muted myself. There's a suggestion on social media tomorrow that the crowd will be asked to come down in yellow as a bit of a thank you for you guys for making this tour. I mean, I'm not suggesting for any minute that you're content to lose matches, but just looking at the atmosphere this series, has it given you a a view of like there's bigger things at play here and the joy that the Sri Lankan crowds have had in this series?
Oh, it's been amazing. Anytime we tour here, the hospitality, the love we get from the fans is unbelievable. So, yeah, it'd be great if they all did come down and wear yellow, but yeah, it'll still be a hard fought game on the field. I think the reality is that we've been outplayed in this series, but yeah, they're a fantastic team and a brilliant place to tour.
Thanks, Aaron.
Louis.
Finch, I just wanted to ask you about Matt Kuhneman. What did you know about him when he first got drafted into the squad, and what have you made of his performances?
Yeah, he's been really impressive. I've played a few games against him, never with him. So the way that he thinks through the game and the plans that he's got and the confidence in his own abilities has been really impressive. So he's someone who I didn't know he had a lap until the other day when he pulled out the lap with a few runs to win. But yeah, he's a lovely guy who tries his heart out. He's brilliant in the field, and he's someone who I think with Queensland, I mean, you don't play on a huge amount of spinning wickets. So for him to be able to continue to play on wickets that offer a little bit of assistance, I think that'll just continue to see him grow.
And is it too early? Like, obviously, you've got Ash, who's got the side injury, and he's in the Test squad, and you might need some cover. Is it too early for Matt to be thinking about that format too?
That's well and truly swimming out of my lane, mate. Test selection, Jesus, I get the heebie-jeebies thinking about putting white pads on. So no, I'm not sure, to be honest.
Mel.
Thanks, Cole. Hey, Aaron. If you don't mind indulging me with a bit of a big picture question, there have been quite a few, I guess, in some ways, pretty big events happening in world cricket in the past couple of weeks, whether it's the IPL mega deal and the possibility of further expansion there. We've seen this new tournament in the UAE come along with a lot of money, the new South Africa tournament, the Big Bash now, bringing in the draft. Those ODIs against South Africa could be a casualty of all of this, as well as Cricket Australia tries very hard to get big name Australian players playing in the Big Bash. So with all of that happening, I'm just wondering if you think that cricket kind of needs to find a way to keep these bilateral white ball series going, whether it's ODIs or T20s. Are they really important? Can players get enough if they play, in a lot of these tournaments, as cricket tries desperately to find a way to squeeze in these series that sometimes we're not always sure where their relevance is?
Yeah, I think that you still need international cricket, obviously, to be able to get the amount of content. The standard isn't the same when you play domestic competitions. So to be able to come in and out of international cricket is a real challenge. And when you've got world-class players turning up in a bilateral series, it's so hard to just flick in and out of that mode. So I think for the whole, I think overall we need to look at how it can all work together, because the marketplace is getting condensed quite a bit. And I think, but bilateral series definitely is so important to the game.
I mean, do you look at, is it something that you look at and think, gosh, is, say, ODI cricket, bilateral ODI cricket, is that in trouble now? Or there are lots of suggestions that T20 cricket should just be played outside of World Cups at, in these domestic franchise tournaments?
Yeah, there's arguments for both of them, but I reckon if you take international T20 out of it, then the World Cups will become less relevant as well. So you need to keep playing international T20 cricket. Maybe three game ODI series is the way to go forward, not five. So it is a lot of cricket in a short space of time, but we understand that the Future Tours program is being smashed at the moment because of the COVID holes that left in the schedule. But I'm sure over the next little while that will start to manage itself and it'll be a little bit clearer.
Thank you.
Last one here, guys. Josh McLean.
Hi, Aaron. Speaking of playing lots of cricket, do you feel a sense of disappointment that this series has got away from you?
Oh, we're disappointed with the series not being on the line still. I mean, the reality is we've been in every game. With the bat, we've had opportunities to chase down some reasonable totals, and we just haven't taken them. Like I said earlier, there's been times when we feel the game's just slipped away from us, but not through any through low risk cricket, which is quite strange as well. You build a partnership, the game seems to be going in a direction, and then you lose a wicket, you lose back-to-back wickets. So I think the reality is that for both teams, when the middle order all get starts in every game, I think that shows that the wickets they've been okay to bat on, but we just haven't maximised those partnerships throughout the middle of the game where you can go really deep into the innings.
And I mean, you've proven yourself time and time again in big innings and World Cups and what have you, but do you ever tire of the question marks around your form as soon as you make a low score?
Not really. It's just part of the job. There's always people pushing for your spot. So no, it's okay. It doesn't bother me.
Thanks, Aaron.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Josh, and thanks to Aaron Finch for joining us today, guys. We'll catch up with all of you a little bit later on. Thank you.
Thanks, Cole.